On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Fascination.
The state of being intensely interested in someone or something, or a powerful attraction.
Examples:
Wrapped in fascination. The fascination with classical music. I looked at the painting in fascination.
Grapple.
To make a strenuous effort to solve a problem, to engage in a close fight or conflict without weapons.
Examples:
Grapple with problem. Grapple with each other. He needed to grapple with structural reforms to improve the company's revenue.
Improvisation.
The act of making something up on the spot or creating or performing something without preparation.
Examples:
Improvisation on stage. Jazz improvisation. He created a beautiful piece of music using only improvisation.
Improvise.
To create or perform something on the spot, without preparation or planning, to use what one has available to do or create something.
Examples:
Improvise a joke. Improvise an escape plan. We had to improvise a tent using a tarp and sticks since we didn't have a proper one.
Astound.
To surprise or shock someone with wonder very much.
Examples:
Astound everyone. Astound the viewer. The final result was nothing short of astounding.
Spontaneously.
In a way that is natural, not planned or forced, and often sudden.
Examples:
Recover spontaneously after 5 days. This shift occurs spontaneously. The electrical cord spontaneously combusted.
Neurology.
The branch of medicine that deals with the diagnosis and treatment of disorders of the nervous system.
Examples:
Cognitive neurology. Neurology department. She is studying clinical neurology to become a brain surgeon.
Innovate.
To introduce new methods, ideas, or products.
Examples:
Innovate a new method. Innovate the quality of his life. Companies developing self-driving cars consistently innovate the emerging technologies.
Infancy.
The state or period of being a baby or very young child.
Examples:
Infancy stage. In early infancy. The technology is still in its infancy and has much room for improvement.
Burgeon.
To grow or develop rapidly, especially in a healthy or vigorous way.
Examples:
Burgeon rapidly. Burgeon from every corner. The city's art scene has been burgeoning recently, with new galleries and exhibitions popping up regularly.
Flourish.
To grow or develop vigorously or successfully.
Examples:
flourish economically, flourish worldwide. The Ottoman Empire flourished for over 5 centuries.
Neuroscience.
The scientific study of the function, structure, and disorder of the brain and the nervous system.
Examples:
the branch of neuroscience. A theoretical concept in neuroscience. Our university is famous for its professors, who are well versed in behavioral neuroscience.
MRI.
Abbreviation for magnetic resonance imaging, a medical imaging technique that uses a strong magnetic field and radio waves to produce detailed images of the inside of the body.
Examples:
MRI brain image, cardiac MRI. The MRI machine uses powerful magnets to produce detailed images of the inside of the body.
Shunt.
To redirect or transfer something, often a flow of liquid or gas, to an alternative path or conduit, to move someone or something aside or out of the way. Noun, a device used to divert or redirect the flow of something, usually electrical current or fluid.
Examples:
shunt surgery, shunt the output wavelength. The railway workers had to shunt the train to a different track to clear the tracks.
Hemoglobin.
A protein-based molecule found in red blood cells that transports oxygen throughout the body.
Examples:
hemoglobin level, abnormal hemoglobin. The hemoglobin gene mutation can cause genetic disorders such as sickle cell disease.
Crux.
The most important or fundamental part of a matter or situation, the key point or central issue.
Examples:
main crux, the crux of the argument. The crux of the matter was that the company was not financially stable.
Artifact.
A person-made object, especially one of historical or cultural interest.
Examples:
Paleolithic artifacts, Peruvian artifacts. The museum has a vast collection of Greek artifacts.
Memorize.
To learn something carefully so that you will remember it exactly.
Examples:
memorize musical scores. Try hard to memorize the lines. Lawyers need to memorize even the most minor provisions of the law.
Metronome.
A device used by musicians to mark time by means of regularly recurring ticks or sounds at an adjustable tempo.
Examples:
metronome ticking, electronic metronome. The composer marked the score with metronome indications to guide the musicians.
Condense.
To reduce the volume or size of something, often by removing water or other liquid, to make something shorter, more concise, or more concentrated.
Examples:
Condense the text. Condense water vapor. I need to condense all of my notes into a manageable summary for my presentation.
Subtraction.
The process or action of removing one number from another, the mathematical operation of finding the difference between two numbers or quantities.
Examples:
Subtraction equation. Double-digit subtraction. The subtraction of expenses from revenue resulted in a net profit for the company.
Prefrontal.
In or about the foremost part of the frontal lobe of the brain.
Examples:
Prefrontal bone. Prefrontal region. Research shows that damage to the prefrontal cortex leads to increased aggression.
Lobe.
A rounded projection or division, especially of the brain, lung, or liver.
Examples:
Lobe of the liver. Frontal lobe. The lungs are divided into 5 lobes.
Medial.
Referencing or situated in the middle of something, pertaining to or located near the axis of the body.
Examples:
Medial thigh. Medial approach. The medial side of the knee is prone to injury in certain sports like soccer and basketball.
Introspect.
To look inward and examine one's thoughts, feelings, or motives, to engage in self-reflection.
Examples:
Introspect behavior. Introspect my thoughts. The therapist guided her patient to introspect and identify his deepest fears.
Autobiographical.
Relating to or based on the experiences, thoughts, or life story of oneself, about one's own life history or personal narrative.
Examples:
Autobiographical narrative. Autobiographical memory. The author wrote an autobiographical novel about growing up in a small town.
Expressive.
Capable of conveying thoughts, emotions, or ideas effectively, showing or revealing one's thoughts or feelings clearly and vividly, characterized by a high degree of expressiveness.
Examples:
Expressive artwork. Expressive language. Her expressive dance moves captivated the audience during the performance.
Dissociation.
The separation of ideas, emotions, or memories from a person's consciousness, a process by which molecules or compounds separate into smaller units or individual atoms.
Examples:
Trauma-related dissociation. Dissociation reaction. His dissociation from his emotions made him distant and unresponsive.
Papal.
Relating to the Pope, equals the head of the Roman Catholic Church, or the Roman Catholic Church.
Examples:
Papal authority. Papal visit. The papal palace was a grand and imposing structure.
Acclimate.
To adapt or adjust to a new climate, environment, or situation, often by undergoing a period of exposure or learning.
Examples:
Acclimate to the climate. Acclimate to the culture. It takes time for your body to acclimate to a new environment.
Kinesthetic.
Relating to the sense of movement or muscle tension.
Examples:
Kinesthetic feedback. Kinesthetic sense. The kinesthetic learning style focuses on physical movement and hands-on activities.
Interplay.
The way in which two or more things interact or influence each other.
Examples:
Interplay among neurons. Complex interplay. The interplay of light and shadow creates a dramatic effect in the painting.
Cardinal.
A high-ranking official in the Roman Catholic Church, appointed by the Pope, a deep or bright red color, a bird of the finch family with a distinctive crest on its head, adjective, of or relating to the highest or most important things.
Examples:
Cardinal rule. Cardinal red. The cardinal's robes were made of rich red silk.
Gyrus.
A convolution of the surface of the brain.
Examples:
Gyrus function. Cerebral gyrus. The inferior temporal gyrus is involved in object recognition.
Homologous.
Having the same or similar structure, position, or function, particularly in different species or organisms, related by common ancestry.
Examples:
Homologous genes. Homologous structures. Homologous recombination is a process that can occur during DNA repair.
Fascinate.
To attract and hold the attention of someone deeply and irresistibly.
Examples:
Fascinate the public. Fascinate the young. The magic tricks fascinated the children.
Synergy.
The interaction of elements that, when combined, produce a total effect that is greater than the sum of the individual elements.
Examples:
Synergy collaboration. Synergy between businesses. The new software program was designed to increase productivity by promoting employee synergy.
Correlate.
To have a connection or relationship in which one thing affects or depends on another.
Examples:
Correlate closely with the quality. Correlate to the size. We may frequently correlate age with the frequency of disease.
Thump.
To strike or hit heavily or repeatedly, often with a dull, resonating sound, to pound or beat forcefully.
Examples:
Thump on the back. Thump a blistering shot. I heard someone thump on the door, and when I opened it, no one was there.
Rhyme.
A word or phrase that has the same last sound as another word or phrase, often used in poetry and songwriting.
Examples:
Rhyme poem. Write in rhyme. The poem had a consistent rhyme scheme throughout.
Spit.
To eject saliva or other liquid from the mouth.
Examples:
Spit a bullet. Spit a mouthful of saliva. She tried to spit out the gum that she had been chewing.
Psychopathic.
Relating to or suffering from a serious, and often undiagnosed, mental disorder with extreme or violent social behavior.
Examples:
High levels of psychopathic traits. Psychopathic issues. He's going to play a psychopathic killer in this movie.
Whisper.
To speak very quietly to somebody using the breath rather than the voice so that only those close to you can hear you.
Examples:
Answer in a whisper. The whisper of the leaves. He took me aside and whispered in my ear.
Hover.
To stay in one place in the air.
Examples:
Hover between life and death. Hover around the table. Two birds were hovering overhead.
Confine.
To restrict the movement of someone or something.
Examples:
Confine themselves solely. Confine the scope of use. The animal was confined in a small cage.
Cuff.
A band or strip of material, usually worn around the wrist or ankle, often used to secure or fasten something in place. A blow or hit delivered with an open hand, typically to the head or ear.
Examples:
Cuff bracelet. Soft cuff. The doctor used a blood pressure cuff to measure my vitals.
Extraterrestrial.
Relating to or existing outside of the Earth's atmosphere or planetary boundaries, pertaining to beings or phenomena that originate from beyond the Earth.
Examples:
Extraterrestrial planet. Extraterrestrial intelligence. Scientists are constantly searching for signs of extraterrestrial life in the universe.
Celestial.
Relating to the sky or the heavens, of or like the sky or the heavens.
Examples:
Celestial bliss. Celestial navigation. The celestial bodies in the night sky were beautiful to behold.
Apocalyptic.
Describing severe damage and destruction in past or future events, or the end of the world.
Examples:
Apocalyptic event. Have apocalyptic overtones. The apocalyptic landscape of burnt-out villages and bombed-out ruins spread out before them.
Detrimental.
Causing harm or damage.
Examples:
Detrimental eating habits. Detrimental to good health. The new policy had a detrimental impact on small businesses.
Neurological.
Of or relating to the science of neurology or the nervous system.
Examples:
Fever with neurological signs. Neurological symptoms. The patient was diagnosed with a neurological disorder affecting their motor skills.
Phenomenal.
Extremely good or impressive, outstanding.
Examples:
Phenomenal success. Phenomenal growth. The athlete's phenomenal performance broke all previous records.
Cerebellum.
The part of the brain at the back of the head that plays an important role in motor control, balance, and coordination.
Examples:
Cerebellum function. Development of cerebellum. An injury to the cerebellum can cause difficulty with walking, speaking, and maintaining posture.